Hey girls! Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this little mini training on goal setting and how to turn your goals into a blueprint for your success. So, I just want to quickly share a couple of things. I want to really honor your time because I know all of you ladies are busy and a lot of you have little ones. So I want to get through this so you can get back to doing what you were doing. But I was asked to share a couple of things that I found helpful in setting goals for myself. Natalie and I had recently talked, and I told her that I was going to be doing a training for my team, and she asked if I would share that on here. So here I am. I'm really glad that she asked me to share this with you. So let me just tell you this much. I am a planner. I always have been since I was really, really little. I always have a plan. And I like to think of myself as a very detailed person. Now that drives some people absolutely crazy, like my husband, and others really like it. And I personally find it really helpful in such ventures as this one. And setting goals and things for myself within my business. So when I sit down to plan my goals, it's not just 5 things on a piece of paper, that I've just jotted down. It's a detailed plan of how I am going to accomplish each one of the items that I've written. So when I wrote my goals for this month, let me scoot back. I feel like I'm like right up in your face. When I wrote my goals for this month, and just like I do any month, for any time, span of time, I always start with the end in mind, and I find that to be extremely helpful for me in developing a plan for me to attack whatever it is I have in front of me. So for this, when I did my October goals, I set a goal for myself to rank Countess. And in order to do that, in my mind, I had to think, okay, what is it going to take me to get there? And you know that within the rank summary, you can go, or in your back office, you can go and you can read through a detailed description or outline of how you can go about or what requirements you need to hit each rank. Great. So I kept that in mind, and then I wrote down the things that were going to help me to ultimately get here. But it wasn't just about getting here. It was little things along the way that needed to be done so I could get here. Now, let me make this a little bit more relatable for you. I use this little, I guess you'd call it an analogy, but I'm sure some of you meal plan for the week. Now, when you go to set up your meals for the week and what you're going to fix for your family, you generally do, I don't know about you, but I do a week at a time. I figure, okay, we're going to do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now I need to do what? I need to come up with a list of things to go about preparing all of those things, right? There's a plan of action. It doesn't just happen. I have to figure out how to get to the end goal, which is a meal on the table for my family. So I start with the end in mind. I come up with my list, and it's worked best for myself to figure out what each thing is that I need and then go to the grocery store. 1, I use my time better. 2, it's worked out pretty successful. I have complete meals for every single day of the week. Everybody's happy, and it's a lot less stressful. The other analogy is I've had weight loss goals in the past. I typically start with a goal and then I work backwards. What do I need to do to accomplish this goal? What is it going to take me? What steps do I need to take to reach this goal? I don't feel like it's anything like profound that I'm doing. I think that for most people, or at least some people, that's how they go about figuring out a plan of action to reach all of their goals. Sorry, I'm doing this a little bit later. I don't even know what time it is, but I should be in bed. But I waited until the last minute to do this. But anyways, so I came up with this little plan here for myself for the month of October. So what I have done here is I've broken each thing down, and you may not be able to see this really well, but I was asked to put a picture of this, or Natalie asked if she could use a picture of this to show people like how in depth my goals and my planning goes, and I said that was okay, so you'll be able to see this at some point. But I take my monthly goals, I have smaller monthly goals that goes into my main goal, and I break it down. What do I need to do this month to hit this? And I list it out. What do these monthly things right here, how am I going to go about accomplishing those? Well, I need to break it down by weeks, right? And once I've broken it down by weeks, I need to think, what is it daily that I need to do to be able to fulfill this? So I've just broken it down level by level, and each thing feeds back up into my ultimate goal. However, with that being said, I know that realistically, me meeting my goal is really going to happen through me helping each individual on my team to hit their goal. This business, in just about any business that's set up in this way, with team building and sponsoring and multi-level marketing, it's really about helping other people. And we call this the how, the how to make this successful, how to win in this business is to help others win. So really, when looking at these goals here, for me anyways, the way that I'm going to get here is by helping all of these people right here on my team to reach their individual goals. So it's important as we come up with our own goals to know the goals of those that are on our team and knowing how we can help each of them individually accomplish those goals. You know what? Some people, maybe they'll plan this detailed, maybe they don't go this in depth, but I personally feel as a leader, it is my responsibility to work with each one of them and know what it is that they're shooting for so I can know how to hold them accountable and how I can be the best mentor and leader for them. I know that within what I've written here, I have to help at least 5 girls on my team rank this month. Now that's just what I've set. Obviously, my goals aren't their goals, and their goals aren't my goals, so it's my job to find out what they've got planned for themselves for this month and see if those things correlate with what I've got written here. If they do, then we're a goal. If not, and they're not on this track, then we need to have a conversation about either increase or readjusting the bar for themselves, because realistically, the goals that I've set out here for each one of my team members, it's the first stepping stone within building this business. I have a very, very new team. I've only been involved with SeneGence for about 2 months, so my organization is very new. We're in the very beginning stages, but it's been wonderful, and things have gone very, very fast, and I attribute that to having a plan and really just getting out there and hustling smarter. I will share with you really quickly. Oh, my phone's dead. It's the law of averages, and Natalie had asked me how I went about figuring out my numbers, because on here I've got, and you'll see this, I've got things broken down by number. And for me, I do that using the law of averages. And this works in everything. This works for everybody, but I had a really good text explanation of it. If you're not familiar with a man named Jim Rohn, I would highly recommend that you look him up and listen to some of his trainings. He's got a great set of CDs. He's a business coach. He's a mentor. He is phenomenal. He's got some CDs that you can purchase. You can buy them on Amazon, and I will find out the exact name of them and post them in comments below. But I listen to them in the car. My husband's got them in his car. He's just got great, great wisdom. He's passed away. He passed away in 2009, but his legacy lives on. The man is a genius, and I'd highly recommend you adding his books, his audio trainings to your library, your leadership library. But he shares this bit on the law of averages and how they're constantly working. And basically what he says is you will figure out your ratio. So if you're talking to 10 people a day or over a span of time, whether it's a week or 2 days or 1 day, and you're getting a certain number of people that are agreeing to become part of your organization or buy your product or whatever it is, you're creating a ratio. So basically what I've figured out for myself, and this is just me, this is what I've figured out over time, is that if I talk to 10 people, 8 of them, between 6 and 8 of them, are going to be interested in my product. That's what I've found thus far with Senegence. Well, out of those 6 to 8 people, 3 of those people are going to be interested in a wholesale discount. Out of those 3 people, 1 of those people is going to be interested in becoming a business builder for me. So I've got set here for myself to have 10 frontline people this month. So I've got my numbers figured out, and I know each day I need to be talking to an average of 3 people. Bare bones minimum. So what's nice about this business and with social media is we've allowed ourselves to not only connect with people face to face, but we can connect with people over text message, we can connect with people over Facebook, we can connect with people over Instagram. I've got people that contacted me from Kentucky. I've got 2 new team members in Missouri. I've got a lady in Australia that all found me through Instagram. So those people all count towards my 3 people that I needed to talk to per day. This happened yesterday. 3 of them happened yesterday. So that was awesome for me. But it just goes to show that, your numbers will change. You'll get better. You'll get better at talking about the business. You'll get better at talking about the product. And your ratio will change. Maybe instead of getting 1 out of 10, you'll get 2 out of 10 or 3 or 5. And eventually, you may hit 10 out of 10. But figure out what your numbers are. Try to keep track of it maybe. And from each encounter that you have, you're going to learn something and you're going to get better and better over time. But the goal is that you're out and you're actively talking to people each day. And really, I think that's how you can figure out what kind of activity you'll have for the month and what kind of goals you can plan to set for yourself. These don't mean anything if you're not willing to put in the work. But I will tell you that once you start to put things down on paper, it's almost like you've got a pad. You've got a sheet of paper that is now holding you accountable. And what I personally did was I took a picture of everything that I wrote down and I sent it to Natalie because I wanted someone to be able to hold me accountable for everything that I said that I wanted to do for this month. So what I wanted to do was encourage you and challenge you to do something similar. Now, maybe your numbers will look a lot different. Maybe 10 is way too many for you. Maybe 10 is not even close to enough for you. Whatever the case may be, I encourage you to put your thoughts down on paper, put your goals, put your desires for this month down on paper, and then share that with someone. Preferably you share this with your sponsor so she knows how to best help you and how to help you come up with a plan of action to accomplish these things here. I will also post in the comment sections some of the books that I recommend, some of the podcasts that I really like to read. Over the past couple of years of working with direct sales, I've learned that my paycheck only grows to the extent that I grow. That correlates a lot with my goals. I've got a section on here that challenges me for my personal growth and development. If I'm not growing, my check's not growing, my team's not growing, I'm unable to pour into the girls on my team and help them. That's really important, I feel, as a leader. So I will include some books and some podcasts and the name of the CDs that I was talking about with Jim Rohn. I'll post those in the comments. And yeah, I hope you girls will start this week off with a bang. I hope you're fired up. I know a lot of you are coming back from Leaders Conference, and we can't wait to hear all of the things that you girls learned and more about all of the new products and sharing your excitement with all of us. But I hope that Monday is an awesome day for you. I hope that you will kill it the rest of October. It sounds like everybody is off to a great, great start. And yeah, set some goals for yourself and dream big, girls. Keep a plan. Come up with your plan of action and find someone to help you tackle that and hold you accountable, and amazing things will happen. I know it. Thanks so much and have a great rest of the day.